Hi, this is Gabe at fluentforever.com. So here's video 2 on these new flashcard types, and let me show you how to make these flashcards. Where these come from is basically, I looked at my word list. In my word list it has sacudir, to shake, and I thought, I want to learn this word. And so I put it into my Spanish multi-search. I hit the button, and I found a lot of information. One, I find all these pictures of dogs shaking, of women shaking their heads, of people dusting. There's lots of dusting going on. And someone, shaking their sheets out or a rug out or something like that. I have a definition here, which is a nice definition. This is free dictionary pumped into Google Translate, which is telling me to move a person or a thing from one side to another abruptly. That seems useful. And if I look at that and put my mouse over it, I get the real Spanish definition. Mover a una persona o una cosa de un lado a otro con brusquedad. And I need to actually take a moment and think about this. Can I follow this? Is a useful step here. And in this case, I can. I have enough Spanish to sort of get, okay, so mover, move, a una persona. That's my dog going crazy. Mover a una persona, una cosa, move a person or a thing, de un lado, side, from one side, a otro, other side, con brusquedad, with brusqueness. And so this is the definition I can actually use. I have a conjugation chart, which is kind of cool. I can play with that too. And I have Lingui, which is a really great source for sentences, and that happens to be where this sentence came from originally for my own flashcards. This gave me La mujer sacudió el polvo de las alfombras, the woman shook the dust off the rugs, and gave me translations. It's like super tool over here. It even has other examples like el terremoto sacudió el edificio, like the earthquake shook the building. Like this is a really nice sentence too. But let's stick with this first one. And let's talk about this this process, the workflow for creating flashcards here. But the important ingredients are I need a sentence, I need a definition, and I need some images. And if I want to include something like conjugations, I can stick that on later as well. And so we'll start with the sentence. You select your sentence, you copy with Command C. Use keyboard shortcuts, Control for PCs, Command for Macs. Command C, I copy it. I'm going to go over to Always Back, and I'm going to paste once and paste twice under Always Back and Text Example. I'm going to double click on my word to select it, Command X to cut it, and blank that out. It's cut, so I can paste it right there, sacudió. And so now I have my word up at top. At this point, I can go grab pictures. I'm going to grab definitely this one of someone shaking out a rug, because that's my story. I'll include, I don't know, the woman shaking her thing, and this dog looks cute. And so now I have some pictures of shaking. I'm going to grab a definition, and I like this definition, to move a person or thing from side to side. Mover a una persona o una cosa de un lado a otro con brusquedad. I'm going to copy this, Command C, and I'm going to paste it over on the extra front or definition side and in definition test. I've made these separate because sometimes you're going to want to have different information here. For instance, if I have sacudir, past tense, if I want to give myself that clue that no, this is sacudió is a past tense form of the word of the verb sacudir. Well, that's not going to work for me if I have like sacudir. What is if I use that in my definition test? That's going to give me the answer, and so I would want those to be different. Same idea also if I wanted to have a whole bunch of definitions, like I like this one too, hitting or shaking a thing with force to clean it or hollow it. That's actually what's happening here. Golpear o agitar una cosa con fuerza para limpiarla o ahuecarla. Tricky. Ahuecarla. There's no H. I could copy that too. I could stick it over here, and I can have multiple definitions for my definition test and add more specificity. But these are options I have, and that's why they're different. But in either case, you copy at least one definition, you paste, you're done. Test root form. If I want to test an infinitive, then I'm going to put that here, sacudir. And if I want to test the production of it, this sacudir card, that's going to produce this. Can you recognize what this word means? And if I want this, where I have a sentence with the fill in the blank and I need to produce sacudir all on my own, then I need to put an X over here. There's an X over here. I'm putting that there in order to produce this card, the one that's asking me what is sacudió. And I do want that card. And at that point, I am done with this sentence. I can hit add or command enter to add. If I wanted to, I could put a recording here. If I wanted to also, I could put in this whole conjugation chart. If I found that useful, I'd put that in the always back area. Copy it. and paste it. And so this would be my flashcard if I wanted to do all this fun stuff. Command Enter adds it. I can do one more for polvo. I'm going to take my sentence that's already there, copy it, paste it, grab polvo, blank it out, paste it there. I'm going to put el polvo over here just so I can remember that it's masculine. I'm going to grab polvo from my multi-search. Polvo. We'll get some pictures of dust. We'll also get pictures of octopi, which is interesting. We'll check the definition, see if that's a thing that's popping up. I'm not seeing polvo, but that it has to be the case that polvo is showing up as a type of thing relating to octopi. But in either case, I'm going to grab some dust. I'm going to grab more dust. Recipes with dust. Okay, well, polvo has to be some sort of part of octopus here, and so I'm going to include that there because I find it interesting that that's half of the imagery. And I like that picture too. So we have dust pictures, and at this point we're going to go over here. We're going to grab a definition, set of soil particles or other solid substances that float in the air and settle on objects. I'm going to look at this definition. I'm going to look at the Spanish and see if I can kind of match up things and understand what's happening. Conjunto, so the set de partículas, the particles de tierra, of earth, u otras sustancias, or other substances, sólidas, solid substances, que flotan, that are floating en el aire, in the air, y se posan sobre los objetos, and that objetos that pose themselves, that put themselves on top of the objects. So yeah, I can follow that definition more or less. And so I'm going to copy it, paste it, paste it. I do not need to do a root form test because polvo is not an inflected word. This isn't a conjugated verb or any inflected noun or anything like that. And so I'm not going to put anything here. I don't need to do any production cards here of the root form because there is no root form really. I'm using the root form. Polvo is the root form. If I had a recording of this sentence, I'd put it there and I am done. I can keep doing this basically with all the other flashcards. I can do this with mujer, with alfombras, this kind of thing. And so that is our guide to my workflow, at least on how I use this flashcard model to learn Spanish. I hope that's useful for you. It's been really useful for me. I've found that this has sped up my Spanish learning quite a bit, and I hope it does the same for you. Enjoy, and I'll see you next time.